Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Retro Gamers Podcast, episode number 323. Larry here.
And Anthony here.
Yeah, what's going on, good sir?
Another week has passed and nothing has been accomplished.
That seems like the recurring factor now in our lives,
Yes,
in all honesty.
it really is. And
Well.
I would love to brag about it, but it's just sad.
Hey, listen, you know what? We have things to do, jobs, life. That's it, probably.
That's the sad part.
What? So. But in any event, hey, what's going on here? Yeah, whatever. We're going to try and keep this one short this week. Both of us actually kind of busy here today and upcoming. So
there's lots going on in the world of the Retro Gamers Podcast.
What's going on in the world today?
None of it related to the Retro Gamers Podcast, of course, but
that's okay. People like what we do. Hey, quick side note, only because I know it's not related to gaming, but it's related to retro. And I have to talk about it to somebody.
Your age?
Besides that, because God knows now, and right, hey, listen, I might be Santa Claus this year. Look how gray that is. This used to be red.
You totally qualify for Santa.
Red as that Koopa shell is. This used to be like that.
I remember that, and then it changed when you were like 16.
Quickly it did. I didn't start growing facial hair at 16. Well, maybe I had like a mustache, but I didn't have this. I saw the new official first trailer for Transformers Rise of the Beast or whatever it is.
Oh yes,
basically Beast Wars coming in.
Yes.
Oh my god, did you watch this? Probably not.
No.
Okay.
No, wait, lie. Of course I did, because it was attached to the Super Mario Brothers movie.
No, that's like the original teaser commercial. Yeah, this is a new one. So spoiler alert, it's a trailer, but spoiler alert for trailer. First of all, this is a sequel to Bumblebee, basically, which was a G1 movie. And to me, Bumblebee is the best of even the Michael Bay series because of the G1 feel, and it took place like in the 80s and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I did. I was surprised that I enjoyed it, because after the first Transformers movie, which I really only enjoyed for the nostalgia, the rest of them were not very enjoyable.
I love the rest of them for different reasons.
That's you.
But Bumblebee went back to the original G1 stuff, Generation 1. So the continuation and bringing the Beast Wars, which I wasn't a fan of, but they are bringing in the big baddie who in Michael Bay was basically like Earth or something, but now we are getting a proper Unicron in this movie. I mean a proper Unicron.
That should be interesting. And on top of that, well, the sad part is you won't have Orson Welles to do the voice.
No, unfortunately. But we don't need a voice for him too much.
No, he's kind of dominating.
He did have some when he was yelling at Megatron.
Yes. And are we talking about the Transformers animated movie that doesn't exist according to certain streaming platforms?
What are you talking about?
You didn't read the tweet I sent you this week?
No, I missed it.
Since we're talking about Transformers, Paramount Plus has announced that they are creating the first ever animated Transformers movie.
Okay, interesting.
Right.
All right. I'll need to read into that then. Okay. All right.
Lies, basically.
Yeah. No. Oh my God. Total lies. Because
it's like, how dare they even assume anybody our age will ever forget the most traumatic scene in animated history.
That scene alone made them rewrite G.I. Joe the movie. Because Duke was going to die in G.I. Joe the movie. And they're like, no, we already traumatized these kids enough with Optimus.
Yeah.
Bad enough we had to bring him back eventually in the TV show.
And, and I'd like to think that this is part of the reason why I read a lot of stuff online on why people don't mess with Gen Xers. I'd be like, you can put Transformers on the list for the reason why you don't mess with us, because we had to experience that as children.
Yeah.
And we got through it.
The stuff we went through, listen to me.
Don't start with us.
I mean, I saw a human being get bit by a cobra on television, okay? And I saw another man, which just celebrated its anniversary the other day, another man squash a snake in a bag on TV.
Oh, yes.
A beloved reptile. So, and people took joy in our tears.
Yes.
Money, cha-ching. So in any event, proper Unicron. I cannot wait. I will
Okay.
be in theaters for that Transformers
Very
movie.
cool. Very cool.
With that being said, then we can get back on track. So I
Yes.
apologize, but I
What
digest.
track are we on?
We're on. I don't know. We're train on the water, boat on the tracks.
No,
Okay,
yeah.
so I got
into the Twilight Zone. We go.
I got I never watched. I got a couple new games came in. Figure we'll always talk about, you know, the money that I spend on.
Oh yes, and I have stuff to show off as well.
Do you? That's the shocker.
Yes,
in
the
all
shocker
honesty,
is
folks.
always when I go shopping.
Seriously, people assume that I'm just throwing away money. I mean, look at
Yes.
this. I bought because Nintendo gave me 15% off on my birthday. I bought a little plush Koopa shell.
How cute.
It's actually quite comfortable, to be honest with you.
Does it squeak like a dog toy?
No.
Oh.
I'd be more entertained with it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you'll be happy to know I rearranged my background.
Oh, yeah, you did. Look at that.
Yeah, look, I did some cleaning, and I'll move out of the way without pulling my
yeah, let's try not to unplug your headset
I'm
again.
gonna take these off so I can't hear you, Larry. But you can see I have
I don't like you.
everything,
I hate you.
Flat Anthony, who I found while I was cleaning,
I will
is
take
now
over
in the
this
middle.
place. Oh, yeah, look at that.
And
Flat Anthony.
He's just chilling with all the Mario stuff now. So, but yeah, I did rearrange some things.
Very cool. Very cool. Yes. All right. Yeah, I got to go through my stuff. These shelves are
clean and tidy. And it looks like Blink is.
There's a place for everything and everything in its place.
That's right, Rosie.
So a couple games I picked up. One was from Kickstarter. One was just from an independent company. The Kickstarter game I picked up, a game called, one of the best titles, Bat Lizard Bonanza. My camera's over here.
Bat Lizard Bonanza.
Bat Lizard Bonanza.
Okay.
It's a Kickstarter. It's a shoot 'em up, starring a bat lizard, basically. Okay. It's really what it is.
What does he shoot? Does he just spit at you?
But it's kind of like, like a projectile, and then like what's I guess is like a bomb, but yeah, and whatever else might fall straight down.
Guano.
Yeah,
guano,
that's right.
Guano bombs.
Guano.
And that's the reason why I know it's called guano. So
where'd you get your education from? I got my medical
pet detective.
Ace Ventura Pet Detective animal stuff, and my medical was from 80s wrestling, which is actually true. I got a lot of that from 80s.
He's not lying, it is true. And unfortunately, I also got my education that way too.
I passed tests because of it. Thank you, Gorilla Monsoon, and the external occipital protuberance. Bat Lizard Bonanza. So very fun game. Again, it's just a straightforward shoot 'em up. It's just fun, and I love getting these new games for old systems.
Always fun.
So that was a Kickstarter. This is from an independent company. I think I actually talked about it the other day. It's from Kai Magazine Software. This was the game last week that I forgot what title I ordered.
Oh, yes.
Well, it finally showed up, and it was Life on Mars.
Okay, so it's Life on Mars.
Life on Mars for Genesis.
Which also was a good song.
By who?
I'm
going to assume 30 Seconds to Mars?
No, Life on Mars. Was that Elton John? No.
So
David Bowie.
Oh, boy. You look things up a lot quicker than I do. You also remembered it. So this is the camera's having a little trouble.
Yeah,
this is a Metroidvania style game on the Genesis.
I love Metroidvania style.
No, this one's pretty cool. And as someone pointed out, it looks like Cobra Commander there on the front cover.
Oh, it does.
I played a little bit of it. It is awesome.
Does he turn into a snake?
No, he doesn't.
Oh,
no,
okay.
that was creepy. Stupid Serpentor. And it's just pretty cool. You just end up having to go to Mars to try and make contact with a colony up there. And of course, all the robots went rogue and stuff like that. But very cool. Very cool. And actually, I bought it was the spin-off called Life on Earth, which was the other kind of confusing title, which I ended up ordering, and for Genesis as well. So so I'm already starting to play this. Very fun game.
Do you ever wonder why we always do games movies and stuff? It's always about life on Mars. What about the other planets? Can we find life on Venus or Mercury or something?
Well, I mean, not Jupiter. Jupiter's a giant dust ball, which
Jupiter's gas, but I still think you could do something with that.
That's what I meant, gas ball. And I still don't know how it's considered a planet if it's all gas, but be that as it may. Listen, Pluto. Let's get to Pluto. Let's make a game about them.
Yeah, well, I mean, there is Pluto. Disney did it.
Hey, listen, I'm ready to play anything on Uranus.
Yeah, right there. The answer to that is no.
And with that, folks, we'll move right along.
Yeah. Please.
No, but you're right. Like a lot of the other planets, well, because it's easy to get to Mars. It's only like what? This says
Yes,
7 months. I don't know how
all right,
accurate
I
that is.
understand. I'm sorry I brought it up. Bad tangent. Moving on.
What? I'm just saying. God forbid we have a conversation.
No,
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't sign up for conversations here. I signed up to talk gaming. Look at my contract. The one on the napkin from 7 years ago.
Don't get me started. It was another podcast I had to deal with contracts with. And if he's listening, he'll be calling me in 3, 2, 1.
Oh no. Yeah. He's like Candyman.
So, but that's really all I picked up or that came in this week.
Right.
Oh, pretty cool.
Well, I got me some stuff.
All right.
Actually, one thing I completely forgot to grab, but it's staring me right in the face, so I'm gonna stand up for a minute. It was a Kickstarter that finally arrived.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. So I will. So is it right there?
It's right here. It's right here on the shelf in front of me. So
okay. So Anthony's reaching up, looking for. Oh, he still has his headphones on, so I gotta be.
No, my headphones are still on.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah.
Okay, here it comes.
Oh
my god, it's so heavy.
It's like a radio commercial like that. Yes, with trying to get something.
I did a Kickstarter a while ago.
That's huge.
Yeah, the box is huge. Oh, something fell. I'm breaking my computer in the process. So I did a Kickstarter a very long time ago because one of my favorite video games, decided to create a board game version of it.
Yes.
So I ordered it. It took a couple of years, but I finally got it, and I'm going to try and show it on screen. But I'm not kidding you. Like the box is huge.
I didn't realize how big that. I mean, you texted us, in the group chat, but wow,
Dead by Daylight, the board game collector's edition, and it's massive.
That's like bigger than like a standard Monopoly board.
Yeah, no. This thing's like. It doesn't fit on my bookshelf. It's actually on the bars on top of the bookshelf.
Oh,
like,
wow!
I can't get it on the shelf.
That's insane.
That's how big it is. Like, look.
Collector's edition. Yeah,
it's just huge. So
collector's edition aside, that is ridiculously huge.
Yeah, it's gigantic. The back of it just says "Death is not an escape," which is the tagline for Dead by Daylight. So. And it's just, I'll open it just to show you how much.
You sure? I don't want you to strain yourself.
No, I'm not kidding you. I can get a hernia with this thing. But it has like there's a bunch of instructions, and game overviews.
Good Lord.
And characters.
Oh my God.
And more characters.
Those are the character boards? Those are even huge.
These are the character boards.
Those are unnecessarily large.
Here's the killers.
A lot of this could have been reduced by like 25%.
Well, I got the collector's edition. The collector's edition got you the extra characters.
No, but I'm saying those cards, even
the little hit thing.
Oh yeah, look at that. Okay.
Little cards. But then the maps. They took the maps from the. You get 4 maps from the.
There are multiple. Okay.
Yeah. So on each side, you have 2. You have 2.
Careful. You
have 2.
Okay.
And they're the well-known ones. Oh, more instructions. Here's another one. But then get down here. Look, more pieces.
Good God.
And then
you're gonna need a storage bin just for this.
Yeah, and then you get to the characters.
What is that? Like what was that? A storage? What did you just open? Look at that.
Hold on.
That's just okay.
I'm just taking the plastic off so you can see them better because it's going to reflect otherwise.
Oh, okay.
But they have all of the the survivors and the killers the little characters.
Wow, oh my folks, if you're listening, definitely go over and check on YouTube. This is ridiculous.
So, yeah, it's huge. And then there's another row here for additional characters. So they're making more characters for the game.
Well, that's pretty cool.
And they already put slots in there for it. I don't remember if you needed to pay for the next level to get these, or
I'm going to say yes.
Well, actually, you know what? These are not made. These don't look like they're made for characters. So I don't know what these are for. I haven't read the instructions yet and everything. Stuff is sold in plastic. Plus, I need people to play with. So just really cool. And then in here are the hooks. Because
yes.
In the game, the characters get hooked. So you see the little hook thing?
Yep. Tell me.
Wait, hold on. All the survivors, I'm going to grab a survivor, have a little hole in their back. So you can hang them on.
Not even. So that's what's okay. So they didn't. It's not even like they put a loop. They drilled a hole. Into the
character's backs, so you can hang them.
Is phenomenal.
And if you know the game, you know what I'm talking about. So
exactly.
Absolutely ridiculously massive. It took a little bit longer than they had planned, but it's just stunning. The game is beautiful. So, so Dead by Daylight, the board game,
Yes.
is now in my collection.
Awesome.
My,
And
my collection just keeps growing, and I have nobody to play with, and it's so sad. And I'm just
I'll come
knocking stuff
over. I'll come
No,
over
you won't.
eventually.
You don't come over. You
Eventually.
never come over.
It's
For a
tough to get
price.
back there.
Wait, it's
Because then I
not
gotta
even
see my
that far.
parents.
I'm down the block.
Sometimes
from
I just want to.
I'm down the block from your parents.
I
You're-
know. If I'm coming to visit my
you're all
parents, I'm
one.
more than happy to come by.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You have to qualify with a trip.
Why do you think I kept going to LA so many times?
Yeah, don't get me started. Oh, I'm coming to LA. Oh, WWE must be in town.
I can't help that SummerSlam and Survivor Series just happen to be there.
How convenient. As you can see, this is taking me an hour to like put back.
Totally. And while you're doing that, I don't have it with me because it's way on the other side of the apartment. But you showed it off last week or a week before. Also from Kickstarter, the Game Masters Classified, that book we did. Oh, I think I talked over it. It's okay.
Yes, the Game Master Classified.
Yes, with Howard Nestor and basically like the history of Nintendo Power and everything. I got my copy.
Oh, you got your copy?
Yes, my copy came like a day after yours.
Was it signed?
Still. It was signed by both the author, forgive me if I forgot his name, and Howard Nestor. And my name is in the back of the book.
Nice.
In the Hall of Fame.
I don't think my name's in there.
I don't think when we talked, I don't think you backed that level.
I didn't back that level.
No.
So. All right, I'm back to form.
All right.
So Dead by Daylight, the board game arrived, and then I have a story. Last week, my buddy Rich and I did another comic book show.
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
Yeah, it didn't go as well as the Long Island one. We did like the Long Island one better. But it was fine. It was fine. There were a good number of vendors there, pretty much exclusively comics, unlike Long Island. Long Island had some pops and things like that, but it was
the one in Long Island was the Route 110 comic show, and then this one, forgive me, I forgot the name of it, but this one was in Brooklyn.
Yes, I can't remember the name of it either. Oops.
Sorry.
But anyway, so it was a good show, and they do a show every month, so we were thinking about going back for sure. It was the reason why it was a little slow because the Brooklyn Half Marathon was going on that day, and it was in downtown Brooklyn, Williamsburg, so a lot of the streets were closed. So they didn't get the
just tough timing.
The number of people. But as fate would have it, like this show was in the back room. It almost looked like a performance room, almost like it was a big empty room. Like it looked like a place where people would put on like a theater show or something.
Okay.
That's what it looked like to me, or a yoga studio, whatever it was. But it was a back room. It was the back room to a little, like almost like a thrift curio store type of thing. Ones that just sell random stuff.
Curio.
And so while we were selling, Rich wandered into the shop and decided to look for it. And I'm like,
Rich got bored.
He looked around and then he's like, oh, and then he comes back to me. He's like, dude, you have to go look over there. And I'm like, why? What am I looking for? And it turns out they had some comic books in the front. And I'm like, well, I don't want any comic books. Like,
I just sold some. We buy some.
Yeah, so he's like, dude, go look over here. So like I look down and I'm like, well, that's just random what's sitting over there. And I'm like, so I wandered over to the person in the shop, and I'm like, hey, is this stuff for sale? And she's like, oh, let me ask my friend. So she texted her friend because her friend was selling it. She gave me a price. I was like, ooh, okay, I'll take it. And then some other guy walks in and he's like, no. I told you. He was selling her. He's like, I told you like that stuff's not for sale because I'm trying to decide if I want it. And I look at her and she's like, oh, I guess it's not for sale. I said, wait a minute. And I'm like, who is that guy? She's like, oh, he's the owner. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay. Fair enough.
And then while we were packing up and leaving, I asked one more time. I said, before I go, I said, does he know if he wants it? And then he came up to me and said, he's like, if you're gonna get more use out of it, he's like, I'll sell it to you. And I said, yeah. And I told him we have a podcast. We have a podcast. I'm definitely a retro gamer and stuff like that, so it'll definitely get some views. So what I wound up grabbing are a few things. One was there was a light zapper. There's an NES light zapper.
Nice
zapper there. So it's like, okay, cool.
Is that the orange or the gray? Trigger.
It's the red.
Okay, orange. Yeah.
Looks red to me. All right, so that was one thing. And then the other thing, and this made me happy because I've always wanted to add this to my collection. I'm just doing the wire.
Oh, we can
But
see it already though.
there was an NES Advantage
Oh,
controller.
You never had that originally?
No, I had the little turbo one, the Max.
So did I. Yeah, I hated that
but
one.
I never had this one.
I had
And
this
you
one.
know, it's definitely seen some.
Oh yeah,
It's definitely seen.
it's got some better days to it.
Yeah, it's had better days, but it's still intact. It's all got
That's the NES Advantage, the large kind of like the arcade stick, if you will.
The arcade stick controller.
I had that originally, and I actually have that right now but designed for the NES Classic.
Oh, really?
Which can also work on the Wii.
Nice.
Yeah.
So,
I forgot they call it though.
Yeah,
wasn't Nintendo that did it.
Those two things I got, and then there was.
I know a good site where you can display those on your wall.
Oh, really? Well, that's cool. I'll pass. But then there was the last item, which I was really like, this was the reason why I wanted these things.
Okay.
Because I've always wanted to add this to my collection, and it's the Power Glove.
Look at that. Ant with the Power Glove.
I got me a Power Glove.
Oh, you're so bad.
Oh, I love the Power Glove. It's so bad.
And
so,
really,
and
was it ever?
Well, fully intact. Yeah.
Look at that, fully intact. Wow.
Fully intact. That is an understatement. And so all the way. And then there were some other random like.
Wait, is it just the glove?
What else is this supposed to come with?
Oh, it had sensors.
Oh yeah, no, I have to.
Oh, so it's the whole. Oh, it's the whole package.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, look at that.
Here are the sensors.
Yes.
There you go.
Yup. Okay.
So no,
awesome.
I can play.
No, you can use it. Yes,
I eventually play with power.
I eventually just cut the cord off and pretended to be a superhero.
Yep, and that's why you don't have one.
What? Mine's long gone.
Well, hopefully a working one. I have to try it out still.
Does it actually fit properly? Like, are the tips of your fingers getting cold from lack of blood?
No.
Like mine used to.
It's Velcro. You just
no. My hands were so fat as a kid that my fingers would actually turn blue.
Oh, well,
the tips of my fingers.
Well, as an adult, I'll tell you, it fits just fine.
I know I would never be able to get that on my hand, I think.
No, nor would I let you try.
Oh, well, how dare you, sir?
But
that's very cool.
I picked those up totally random.
That's awesome.
Totally random. Really, really happy that I found them. Okay, and those were my purchases for the week.
Good purchases, my friend. Very good.
Yeah, the Power Glove, just like me. I was over the moon.
No, the Power Glove's cool. I got it. That is all. And the fact that you have the sensors for it,
yes.
Which I don't even think will fit on your TV. But
probably not. But it's nice to do.
Oh no, totally.
Anyway, so
very cool.
That is that. Oh, and a very quick shout out to 148 Seconds, which is the name of the shop. They're the ones that sold me the Power Glove and the NES Advantage. So thank you guys. Really cool. Really cool little shop in Williamsburg. If you're just looking for some random, do like thrifting or just really I'm trying to think of another way to describe it, like a curio shop type of thing.
Oh yeah. By the way, curio means rare and interesting items.
You had to look that up.
I sure did.
Yep.
Well, now I know what a curio cabinet is. I always thought a curio cabinet was just to store Chinaware.
No.
Nothing ever looked rare in a curio ware that I ever saw.
Oh, jeez. All right. Well, let's move on before you prove your lack of education. Any further? All right. All right. So aside from that, again, like Larry said, we're kind of keeping it a little bit short this week.
We're gonna try it, and that usually never works out.
Right. So I think we're just gonna jump into some retro news.
We are.
All right.
Actually, there's one thing I just want to throw out there as far as news. Because you actually texted just a little while ago to the group this information.
Yes.
And I pulled it up. So, and to give you also a break there, CGC, one of the top grading companies there in the world for getting your stuff graded. I actually didn't realize now have like a dedicated video game department and a dedicated video game website.
Yep.
CGCvideogames.com. And so recently, and I these prices still flabbergast me, even knowing how comic books go. A Nintendo Power #1, the very first Nintendo Power with the weird colored Mario, with blue hat for some reason and blue overalls on the cover, rated a 9.8 from CGC,
which is hard to get.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, what? 10, obviously 10's tops. So
10's the best, which is nearly impossible, but 9.8 is super hard to get for anything old.
especially a
Actually,
magazine,
even new stuff is hard to get 9.8.
even a magazine. You know what I mean? Because the way it gets handled.
Exactly.
CGC 9.8 just sold for $108,000.
That's some serious coin.
I mean, look, and again, knowing how comic books go, it still flabbergasts me with video game stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Also, recently, a sealed Super Mario World graded CGC 9.4 with A rating, sold for over $40,000.
Wow.
That I can't get over. Like,
See,
magazines are one thing.
Kids, this is why you don't open your games.
Seriously. And we were kind of talking about it before. Who in the hell still has a sealed original NES and Super NES games after all these years? Where are they finding them?
They're probably adults who just didn't buy them, who didn't open them. That's all. Like, if you told me, when I was a kid to keep them closed, obviously I couldn't. But like, I can't tell you how many games right now I still have sealed.
No, but now it's different. I feel like,
because there's so many.
Yeah, and some of it's just because there's between you and me, like laziness of getting the game open and to play it. No,
that's
okay.
fair enough. That's not even
close. So from their website, though, I saw some other recent auctions here just to run through some of them.
Mm-hmm.
A sealed Super Mario Brothers 2 for the NES, graded 9. Now this is all CGC grades, so just keep in mind. Graded 9.6 A plus. Went for over $31,000.
Wow.
A sealed Legend of Zelda for the NES. I'm assuming the original Legend of Zelda. 9.0 A plus. $28,800.
Wow.
A Wild Gunman. You got your zapper there.
Ooh.
A seal, and these are all sealed, mind you. A sealed Wild Gunman for the NES. 9.4 A rating, over $14,000.
Jeez.
And then just Hogan's Alley as well, finally. Well, there's others, but Hogan's Alley for the NES, an 8.5 A rating for over almost $11,000.
Yeah.
It's
just insane. You really that's the type of thing where you just have to get super lucky finding in the wild. Like somewhere randomly somebody finds one of these things and it's just like, oh, cool. I had no idea. Like my dad, collected video games and I found these in the attic and holy cow, that type of those types of stories.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
But is what it is, my friend. So that's pretty cool. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. No, very, very cool. All right, and thank you for the break.
No problem. I could do one more story.
No.
Wow.
Go for it.
Rude.
Or do you want to break my news up with that one?
No. Oh, that's true. Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, we'll do a few other things.
Go.
Lego. We talked a couple weeks ago about Lego doing all these new Sonic sets.
Mm-hmm.
And then we talked about, I think we talked about a couple of Marios. I'm not remembering correctly, but now Lego is doing new Donkey Kong adventure sets.
Ooh.
So you're getting the upcoming collection will include Donkey Kong's Treehouse expansion,
okay,
Diddy Kong's Minecart ride expansion,
okay,
Dixie Kong's Jungle Jam expansion, and a smaller Romby the Rhino expansion.
Oh, Romby,
which will all be released on August 1st. So if you are a Nintendo and a Lego fan, you've got some sets to pick up.
Okay, cool.
So we got that. Also recently announced, and this is a little bit, the game is a little more recent. This is I think this was a Xbox 360 and PS3 game, Alien Isolation, which was which was a really great survival horror game based off of the Alien film. Really, really well. Like, it's hard to get a movie into a video game like really well, and they did just a great job with Alien Isolation. Granted, it's not directly based off the movie story, but obviously it's in the vein of
based off the series.
Yeah, plays off the series. So Alien Isolation, really good survival horror game, is coming to the Nintendo Switch.
Yes.
So, and the Switch copy will be done by Limited Run Games.
The physical copy, yes.
Physical copy. I said Switch copy. Yeah. And it will include all the DLC. So
very interesting.
Pre-orders are from May 26th to July 9th. So if you want to get it, you can just get the game, or they have a classic edition and a collector's edition, which include other stuff. One of which is a collection VHS style box.
Yeah, they did that with, I think,
Which is
Shredder's
kinda cool.
Revenge. They did like a
Nice.
VHS style box. Yeah, it was pretty
That's
cool.
kind of cool.
Yeah, this might, for those who want to get this game, and we've talked about it in the past, I believe the digital version on the Switch for Alien Isolation might be cloud version. I'm not 100% sure though. So
Okay.
obviously to have it on a cart, way better.
Physical cartridge, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to staying in the movie genre. Jurassic Park had
Oh,
a whole bunch of games.
I hope this is true.
And it was announced. Hold on to your butts. The Jurassic Park 30th anniversary retro collection is now going to be coming out. The retro collection includes the NES, Game Boy, and Super Nintendo games. Yes. It's going to be available. Let's see. They haven't said what it's going to be available for yet, but it has officially been announced by Limited Run Games that they are putting together a
Oh, that's right.
30th anniversary collection.
Limited Run announced it. I forgot. So it is legit. So it is.
Yeah, no. It's absolutely legit. Limited Run Games will be doing it. We're going to be waiting to get more details on that.
Basically, they're gonna, for their limited run, the third year they'll do like their showcase, because E3 was canceled. So which might be a spoiler, I think.
No, I didn't have it.
But, okay. I don't know if we talked about that. Yeah, they completely canceled E3.
Yeah, like E3's over.
Yeah, like it's done. Yeah. So, which kind of, it was even before the pandemic. I think it was heading that way anyway. So, but be that as it may, Limited Run puts out, like the last 2 years they do like and it's pretty funny. Last year they did it like a VMU style, like a corpse killer type style game. And all they're announced for games they're going to be doing. So I guess we'll get more information hopefully. But this would be really cool if they release them on original. I feel like it's going to go the way of like Bill and Ted.
Oh, maybe.
Well, they'll put them like for a new system, but it'd be cool if they re-release them on original stuff.
That would be very cool. Yes, I do agree. All right, moving on to you brought up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so I'm going to bring them up now too.
Okay.
So Konami's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles coin-op game, way back when, the arcade game.
Oh yeah.
It was just announced that it is going to be available on the Mister. So Jack will be happy to hear that.
Interesting. Very cool.
Yeah. So for those of you who want to play the OG.
Wait a minute. Konami announced that?
Konami. No, Konami didn't announce it. I said Konami's Teenage Mutant
I'm
Ninja
sorry.
Turtles.
Okay. Never mind. I apologize.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, the game was on the Cowabunga collection. So if you have the Cowabunga collection, you have the game. But now it's going to be available to play. All right,
cool.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Another bit of news. If you're familiar with the Nintendo history site, Forest of Illusion, it's been around for about 6 years.
Oh, wow.
And basically their whole purpose was to preserve, preserve the video game history of Nintendo. They have sadly announced that they will be closing Forest of Illusion. Not a copyright takedown. They just they made it very clear it wasn't a copyright takedown. It was just the time and energy to keep it going just proved to be too much for the people running it. So they will be ending Forest of Illusion.
Alrighty.
So yeah,
you shall be missed.
Yes, farewell, Forest of Illusion. I have 2 more bits of news. Do you want to hit up your piece?
Sure, let's do that. This came across from actually an email I got. Atari actually is putting out official reproduction PCBs. Now, PCBs are those green boards for arcade machines.
Yes.
And now, really, the idea behind it is more of art, like an art display. It's for Black Widow, Gravatar, and Major Havoc. And it's got like the description of the games on one side, and then the other side actually has all the sections and the ports and the little cutouts to put the circuits on. Okay. But when I first looked at it, I'm like, oh, this is kind of a cool art piece, just to put on, put on the board, put on the wall. But what I later found out is that if needed, these are actually working PCB boards.
Oh, wow.
Meaning, if you have the original versions of these, now granted, this is just the board, it doesn't come with the actual circuitry.
Right.
But if you have an original one of these games and the board is damaged, you can take the circuits off the original board, put it on this one, and pop it into the machine and run it. And this is a legit Atari. So if you're worried about like, oh, I don't want it like third party, or you know what I mean?
It's first party.
This is legit from Atari.
That's really
they're like
cool.
$240, which in itself I think is pretty good. $245.
Well, that's not bad if you need to replace your.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Even as an art piece, it looks pretty cool. Just the way it's designed and everything. And that's through Atari.com. So I thought that was pretty cool when I saw that.
That's a bit of cool news.
And then when I saw, I'm like, oh, like these just go straight into an arcade machine. I'm like, oh wait, no, you gotta do some work first. But still, nevertheless, very cool.
Always.
Yes.
Always got to do a little bit of work, Larry. And since you brought up Atari, it's funny. It feeds right into my next.
There we go.
News. The Atari Jaguar actually popped up.
Jaguar.
Yes, the Jaguar, the ill-fated, sad, bad performing Jaguar, which I own now.
Yes, I'm dying to own a Jaguar. Are you kidding me? I want one.
Which again, I'm very thankful for my friend Mike. So the Atari Jaguar, it was recently uncovered, apparently. That back in 1994, Sega and Atari inked a deal that would give Sega $40 million worth of stock in Atari, and it would pay for an additional $50 million for a license to some of its patents. So the Atari Jaguar almost had access to some of the Sega library.
Wow.
So
that probably would have helped it.
Yeah, because it would have had access to like Shinobi, Streets of Rage, Wonder Boy, stuff like that. Not exactly sure why that didn't happen, but it was really, really close to happening. But it obviously never bore out, and then the Jaguar went the way of the Virtual Boy.
And they doubled down with the Jaguar CD too. It's
really
like, boy, we're not selling this. What should we do? Stop production? Nope. Let's add on a CD adapter. Make it look like a toilet bowl.
That'll do it. And then it didn't do it, and it was gone. So that little bit of news for Jaguar. And then the last bit of news, which is the most important piece of news that I saw online this week, and one that I think you're really going to get behind. But you'll be pleased to know that there will be cooking recipes in Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Damn it. Look, you sold me on not buying the game when I saw that there was still having like to build stuff and everything, especially the mechanics of building stuff. But now you're telling me there's a cookbook in the game or whatever?
No. But what I'm telling you is there are recipes in the game, so you don't have to figure it out on your own anymore. It'll tell you.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
It'll say, if you want to make this, put these items together.
I gotcha.
So
there
you go. So the cooking part is solved. I can't help you with the weapons that break, but the cooking is all good to go.
All right, so you get me on the cooking, but now you lose me on like I gotta build boats and stuff in this game now.
Yeah,
like off the top of my head. No.
What? Okay, did you not play any Lego games where you build the entire time?
I hit one button and they go.
Yeah, there you
go. Then there you go.
Well, Link may do that. You don't know.
No, I saw the video. Trust me, he doesn't do it. Yeah. But okay, very interesting. I'll give them a credit on that.
I'll get you to buy Tears of the Kingdom.
I will give you credit on that.
That may be our next bet. I will force you to buy Tears of the Kingdom.
If you lose, you have to buy Tears.
Yes. And that's it for
Shed Tears first. All righty. Well, I know we're both busy, so we're just going to straight up wrap this up. The final thing is, Ant, where can they find us?
You guys can find us on Facebook.com/RetroGamersPodcast, on Instagram @RetroGamersPodcast, on Twitter @RetroGamersPod. You can watch us on YouTube @RetroGamersPod. You can listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts, and you can email us at email@theretrogamers.com.
Yes, and with that, we're going to call it. So, Ant, I will catch you later.
You're not going to catch me next week, and you're not going to catch me the week after that.
No, it's going to be a couple weeks.
No,
Ant-free.
I'm going on the lam.
You are, and a lot of people don't like when that happens. Yeah. But hey, listen, you do what you got to do.
Well, look, sometimes life happens, and
sometimes finds a way.
And a doorbell just rang, so I got to.
Wow, good timing, folks. We'll catch you everywhere next week on the Retro Gamers Podcast.